Intel has just done something that could completely change handheld gaming, and honestly, this is something we need to talk about. The new MSI Claw 8X AI Plus is the first gaming handheld powered by Intel's brand new Arc G3 Extreme, and the early results are seriously impressive. For a long time, people have been saying that the Steam Deck is still one of the best handhelds because newer chips were not bringing enough improvement. Even Valve said that the new chips were not really in the right power range for a true handheld experience. But now, Intel might have just proved that things are changing. According to the first reviews, this new Intel chip is not only much faster than AMD's Z1 Extreme, but it also gives very good battery life. That is the part that surprised many people. Think about this for a second. One of the biggest complaints about gaming handhelds has always been battery life. You could get great performance, but your battery would disappear very quickly. Nobody wants to carry a charger everywhere just to enjoy a game. Now Intel says you can play a heavy game like Cyberpunk 2077 at 1200p with maximum settings around 90 FPS and still get close to 4 hours of battery life. If these numbers hold up in more real-world testing, that is a huge step forward. This also makes people question Valve's comments. Valve previously said that newer chips were still not ready for the kind of handheld experience they wanted. But if Intel can now deliver much higher performance while keeping battery life this good, does that statement still make sense today? That is the big question. Imagine if a future Steam Deck used this kind of chip while keeping the same screen and the same battery. Some people believe it could easily reach 5 or even 6 hours of battery life while also giving almost twice the gaming performance. If that's possible, then what exactly is Valve waiting for? Of course, we have to be fair. The Steam Deck is almost 4 years old now. Technology has moved forward. Intel has been working very hard on its new chips, and this looks like the result of all that work. Another interesting point is Intel's investment in its own factories. For years, AMD has depended on TSMC to make its chips. TSMC is one of the best chip makers in the world, but their prices have also been going up. Intel is trying a different path by investing heavily in its own factories, and maybe we are finally starting to see the benefits. Now, some people believe AMD will simply catch up with its next generation. Others are not so sure. There are people who think AMD is focusing too much on adding AI features instead of pushing gaming performance and power efficiency as much as possible. If TSMC keeps increasing manufacturing costs, AMD could also face bigger challenges in the future. But we've seen this story before. Remember when people counted AMD out years ago? Then Ryzen arrived and completely shocked the industry. Almost nobody expected AMD to make such a huge comeback, yet it happened. So writing AMD off today could be a big mistake. AMD still has one major advantage. It is a very popular brand. Gamers know it well, and many of its products are easier to buy than Intel CPUs or NVIDIA graphics cards. Even when performance is close, many people still choose AMD because of its price and availability. Competition is always good for gamers. When Intel gets stronger, AMD has to work harder. When AMD improves, Intel has to respond. In the end, we all get better gaming systems. So right now, Intel has definitely made handheld gaming much more interesting. The MSI Claw 8X AI Plus is showing that handhelds can be much faster without completely sacrificing battery life. Does this mean the Steam Deck is suddenly a bad device? Not at all. The Steam Deck is still one of the best handheld gaming systems because of its software, its controls, and how easy it is to use. But it does mean that Valve may need to move faster with the Steam Deck too. The competition is getting stronger, and if Intel keeps improving like this, the next generation of handheld gaming could look very different from what we have today. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Intel has finally changed the handheld gaming market, or do you believe AMD will come back with something even better? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because this is going to be a very interesting battle to watch. Also, if you missed my previous video, make sure you go and check it out after this one. I covered some really interesting topics that every handheld gaming fan should see. And if you enjoy simple tech videos like this, don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave a like. It really helps the channel grow, and I'll see you in the next one.